Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Who is Jesus? Jesus is a prophet sent to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Actually, he was sent to the Jews. And of course from Isa alayhi salam eventually followed Christians and their book of the Injil. But of course the Injil wasn't just for the Christians, it was in fact for the Jews as well. They had the Torah, and the Injil was meant for the Jews. The Jews didn't notice that or realize who their prophet was, and then they have all these different books of the Bible which are really not authentic. So many things have been removed. The Catholic Bible had the Apocrypha, which was removed. They even say that the modern day Bible had the book of Judas, the book of, or the other book of Barnabas, the book of the other Sahaba of Jesus Christ, or of Isa alayhi salam. May Allah be pleased with him. This is the problem that we have today, is that many young people, you ask them, what religion are you, or what is your belief, or what is your deen? And they'll tell you Christian. I'll say to them, well, how does it make a Christian? They said, yeah, when I was born, my parents had me baptized. And when I got married, I was married in a church, and when I die, I'll be, held a service at the church for my death, and then they'll throw me in the ground. I said, well, this is a fallacy. This is not what happens at all. Your birth is from Allah. It's from your parents, but Allah gives the nur. He gives that light inside, that chahaya. This is one of the things that, I've come to realize. And there are scholars like Ahmad Didat who, said a lot of things, but in the end, he was preaching to these Christians so that they would see the light and that they would come back to Islam. I see that with my family. They're very, very staunch about their, let's call it religion, because the Christian religion is not really a deen. It has no meaning anyway, the word religion. The thing is that how do we alleviate all these small issues, and how do we bring these people back to Allah? And I think the best way that we can do that is to show them love and patience and understanding. But mainly we need sabr. We don't need to go to them and insult them about what they believe. We need to go to them and explain to them about the miracles of Allah and how the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may Allah be pleased with him, peace and blessings upon him, that he came here to tell the Arabs and to give them that message. But Allah didn't just send him here for the Arabs. He sent him here for the whole of mankind. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that to his companions, or the Sahaba, as they're quite often referred to, is to go out into the world to the other nations and tell them about Islam, and tell them in their local language so that they may understand. And this is also relevant today, where when we go to our Jummah prayer or our Friday prayer, we need to speak in English, the language of the land. We know that these are the necessary things. We know we're not going to go to a Chinese person and give them dawah in English or give them dawah in Arabic, because most of them wouldn't understand that. And there's always going to be people who do understand. There's always going to be people who, who can adhere to different languages, who can understand, should I say, as opposed to adhere. Islam teaches us also that it's not a religion; it's a way of life. People who turn something into religion become dogmatic, and they do it automatically as if there's no other response. But our response is to submit ourselves to the will of Allah and to help people to understand. It's very hard. My family rejected Islam. They don't accept it. They laugh about it. They call me a terrorist. They call me all these things. But I haven't become disenfranchised. If anything, over the last 28 years, I've become more, more dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I've submitted myself more to Him. We all have our problems, and none of us are perfect, but with that will of Allah, with the deen, we can approach Allah, we can submit ourselves to Him, and hopefully we can become better human beings and more accepting and more careful and more mindful of the people around us, and share that with people and help them to change their lives for the betterment of themselves. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.